New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
New Thought Media Network presents A Grand Vision, a 30-minute exploration of the emergent vision of New Thought Media Network. Get ready to explore the grand vision.
And hello again, dear ones. Rev Robert with you here on a Monday afternoon. It's 4 o'clock on the Mountain Time Zone, and that means it is time for us to explore a grand vision. It's all about New Thought Media Network, what we're doing here, where we've come from, where we're going, and how maybe you might decide to be a part of it all. Yes. And today is episode number 2 of this program. So if you weren't with us last week, hey, no worries. I'll forgive you there. No forgiveness necessary, truly. But I do encourage you to go back onto our YouTube channel and take a look on our YouTube channel and check out what we're doing. There is a lot. I realized the other day I was doing some maintenance work in there on our playlists and stuff. We just have a ton of stuff that's going on around this network, and it's always changing and it's always evolving. And that's the thing I want to talk about today. In this grand vision and our vision, mission, and purpose statements that little video we ran at the beginning, a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment. Now, those are all wrapped up in one, and we want to be, the intention behind what we're doing is to support New Thought wherever it may be rising up on the globe. Anywhere that there is New Thought being expressed. And what we also understand is oftentimes outside of North America, that might look different than what we do here inside North America. So some weeks you may just get me, and some weeks we may be profiling people that are doing this work out in other places and in other ways. And really what I want to share is when we start looking at big visions, and you could say we've already created a global broadcast network. We have people all over the planet broadcasting on this network. But our work isn't yet complete. And along the journey, what I have found is sometimes there are hills and sometimes there are valleys. Sometimes there are ruts and sometimes there are ditches and sometimes there's potholes. And yet they all must be traversed along the journey on the road to our own experience of this. And I don't want to give the details on what I'm going to share here next, but it's important for us to know that at sometimes the programming is going to change. Some programs that maybe we really enjoy are going to leave the network. Some programs we might not have ever heard of are going to join the network. I mean, that's happening all the time. And in that, we get the chance to find new and evolving ways to experience the vision. Here's one of them. This happens on Tuesdays. If I haven't shared this with you yet, Dr. Tracy Brown hosts a program called Poetry, Prayer, and Practice. And she came to me with this program and said, hey, I'd like to do this. I have this idea, and I think it's going to work. And can we give it a try? And I said, yeah, absolutely. Let's give it a try. Now, by the very nature of this program, of this network, we've tried other programs in the past that haven't worked, that made it for a run or made it for a little while, or the host thought it was what they wanted to do. And after a number of programs or a number of months, they realized this isn't what I'm here to be doing. This isn't really what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's okay. And that's part of this grand vision. Right? The grand vision does not mean that we're going to have a small group of individuals that do this by ourselves. It means there's going to be a great, huge, grand group of people, and that we're doing it together in collaboration. So as we move along, you're going to see changes to the overall perspective of what we're doing. I want to give you an example of that. Now, that means I got to pull up a resource here because for some reason, okay, here we go. This isn't in my folder here, but I'll pull it up. This is our general broadcast calendar. And there's things in there that you're going to see. Like if you look at Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., it says Spanish practice is coming soon. We've been holding that space for a little while now. And it's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing that we don't have that show yet, but we know it's coming, and we're holding the vision. We're holding the space for that program to happen. Now, there's some other things you're going to notice on here. 10 o'clock on Monday mornings. You used to have a program, and it was a very well-loved program, and it ran for a couple of years. And at a certain point, the program ran its course, if you will. And now what emerges is a new relationship. We're going to welcome Reverend Weedick Joy into our network. And she's bringing forward a program called Pump Up the Volume. We should see that within about a month or so here. We're going to be able to see that program. Also, if you take a look down on Thursdays at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, we have Reverend Brock Ford. And we don't know what the program title, what his program is going to be yet. We don't know what the name of it's going to be. We have an idea. We know what he's going to be talking about, and we know what he's going to be with the style of his program, but we don't exactly know the title yet. That's okay too. How about this? Look right up above there on Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. There's a big blank spot there. And those that have been with us for a while know there's been a big blank spot there on Thursday mornings for quite a while. And we're going to be bringing forward a newer friend of mine, Reverend Elizabeth Canty from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She's going to be bringing forward a program in that time slot, 7 to 7:30 on Thursday mornings. And you can see that I haven't updated this exact image just yet. So I don't have that information in front of me, what the name of it's going to be. We're going to find out here in a moment for you, because I'll get that newer document and take a look at what it says. But this is the nature of an evolving vision. This is the very nature of what this ministry is and how we show up. We're flexible in our approach. We're flexible in how we show up. Nope, I don't have that on that one either. All right, we'll have to look at that again at another time. So here we are, and there's something new emerging. And what we get to consider, if you will, is how do I want to play? How do I want to be a part of this? How do I want to be involved with this or not? And if Spirit's saying, hey, this isn't a place for you to play, then I encourage you to embrace that vision. I want to share a little bit of what came through today. And this program is specific on Monday afternoons because we do our Monday morning visioning each week, which shares some of the emerging vision for this network. Today, one of the things that came through for myself, every Monday in our visioning process, we ask the question, what is the highest vision for New Thought Media Network? And what came through for me today was a global collective, a planetary network, a spiritual family of creators, teachers, and change makers, sharing new thought in innovative, creative, and visionary ways, going where others fear to tread, blazing a trail of love, light, peace, empowerment, and prosperity. Now, just because this came through today for me doesn't mean this is law in our network. It means that we want to continually be in the process of listening for the guidance and listening for the grand vision. Other people today that were on our visioning call, well, they got a couple other things, but they're similar. One is existing and conveying love, touching many around the world with principles of love and living. Another received the message, facilitating a global, dynamic, contemplative community. So you can see that there are going to be various versions, if you will, of the vision emerging, of the vision revealing itself. And this program, A Grand Vision, is in some ways meant and intended to communicate that, and also to be a channel where we can kind of discuss some of the things that are going on. One of the things that really I'm excited about, because I think it's a great way for New Thought Media Network to serve out in the world, is the number of different conferences and events and on-site locations, if you will, or on-site broadcasts that support communities and also support us getting our name out there. Again, we have some really interesting stuff coming up, and I don't have the promos for them yet. They're coming, I promise. And those will include, we'll be attending, we'll be visiting with the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living in New Mexico later this month to support them in a concert and a workshop that they're doing with Ricky Byers-Beckwith. And I'm going to have a chance to speak and share the Sunday message with the community. And that means you'll be able to visit with that community by watching that Sunday message as well. See how it all works? We're going to do a similar experience in June when we'll visit the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living and a concert they have coming with Faith Rivera. Another opportunity to connect and be together. And if you're a New Thought Media Network fan from Las Vegas, well, hey, get with me. Let's connect. Let's have lunch. Let's have a coffee while I'm there. Let's do something a little beyond just what we do when we're in the same room, having a spiritual experience together, sharing in an event. We'll also be attending the International New Thought Alliance 108th Congress in Fort Lauderdale in July. We're going to be at the Affiliated New Thought Networks Conference in October at Unity Village, and all of this information is available over on our website, ntmedia.org. So if you'd like to learn more about some of these events and where we're going to be, and this won't just be things I go to, but there might be something you're going to, well, let us know. We'll put it on the calendar, and then people can know to connect with you at these events. So really, the grand vision is that we work together rather than creating silos, rather than creating individual little pieces and parts that just talk to our own audience and talk to our own friends. Our belief here, our intention here is to create a grander network where we can interconnect, if you will, where we can network, where we can be together when possible and remain connected through the internet when we can't be in the same physical location. In that, I believe we have a really unique opportunity to support various communities. So as I said, we want to support the philosophy of New Thought wherever it may be rising up. And there may be places where New Thought is rising up and we just don't have the connection yet. Or there's a language barrier, there's a language challenge. I have yet to learn how to speak Spanish. For all of our Spanish viewers, I apologize because I know we have new Spanish programming coming all the time. And we're looking to expand our Spanish language programming. And so if you speak Spanish, well, we'd love to talk to you. Drop us an email, info@ntmedia.org, and let us know if you'd be willing to lend an hour a week to help our Spanish language programming. That would go a long way to supporting where this philosophy is bubbling up to the surface. You're going to hear us talk about Kenya a lot in the coming year and then beyond, as we're offering our services and we're in partnership with the Center for Spiritual Living Kenya, and what they're doing they have a conference coming up next February, and we're not going there to impose our view of New Thought on Kenya. We're here now. We're in communication with their leadership teams now to support and offer assistance and guidance and mentorship and whatever might be necessary, so that the people of Kenya, the people of that community, can have a great event and can feel confident in opening their doors and inviting more and more of the world to come over. Now, that event isn't quite on our website just yet. Still working on getting all the details on the website for that one. But again, over on our website, ntmedia.org, if you click on the Attend tab or the Attend buttons, it'll take you to a place where you can see the various events that we're going to be a part of, whether it's physical location or whether it's an event that maybe we don't have someone there physically, but we have someone that's supporting virtually, or we're just helping to promote and get the word out about a special event or something that's happening. Most importantly, for me, and I know for many of our show hosts, for many of the people that are committing their time, their talent, and their treasure to making this network go, to making this vision a reality, is just that. It's the people. It's the opportunity as creators to know that you're part of something bigger, to know that there is a network of professionals behind you, helping you, guiding you, providing resources and tools and perspective on how you can give the gift that you are, how you can be a shining light of this philosophy in the world as well. And we want to help you do that. So if you've got a great idea, if you'd like to be on air, or maybe you just like to write a blog post once in a while, or maybe you have an idea for an audio-only podcast, all the various ways that you might think of to bring this philosophy forward, well, that's what we're here to do, to work together. And rather than you needing to figure out what's the best donation platform, we can help with that. Rather than you trying to figure out what is the best podcast platform, we can help with that. We've been doing this research for the past 3 years now, identifying the emerging trends and the existing players that are here to support creators rather than just take creators' money. And believe me, there's plenty of companies out there that would love to just take your money. If you need anything, if you need advice or a recommendation on a bookkeeper, we can help. If you're looking for advice on how to organize a board of trustees, we can help. If you're just looking to figure out how to do a Facebook Live, we can help. And if you're interested in something more, deepening your own spiritual belief, deepening your own experience of faith, deepening your own spiritual practice, we can help. And it's not always me, folks. See, here's the important part. I get to be the guy out front waving the baton. I get to be the guy out front saying, hey, come follow me. But ultimately, it's not me. It's the we. It's all of us coming together. You don't have to do it all. Not one of us does. As long as we are each doing what we are here to do, as long as each one of us is following the call of our heart, then I know by the very nature of this philosophy that the people and the resources and the opportunities and the platforms and the technology and everything that's necessary to help you get your word out, to help you express this divine philosophy, well, all that is either available right here, or we'll go figure out what's needed and find some organization or one group of people that's doing it, making it easier for the rest of us. I want to highlight one of those companies real quick. We use a payment processing company called Give Butter. Now, if you ever made a donation to us, you probably already know Give Butter, but if you haven't, and this is a new concept to you, I want to introduce you to it. They're built as a nonprofit for nonprofits. So why would we do business with a bank or a company that's here to see how many fees they can rack up and see how many times they can dip into the pockets of this network, if you will, when we have the opportunity to work with an organization that is totally trusting in their own abundance? See, Give Butter is great. When you make a donation, Give Butter asks you if you'd like to cover the nominal fees, and these are fees nobody can get away with, that nobody can get away from. But they're very, very small and they're very basic. And rather than charge us as a network to take our money out of their system or to run money through their system, they let us decide what our fee will be. And we don't have to pay anything. They're letting you decide that. So when you make a donation to this network, Give Butter will say, hey, here's the absolute minimum amount of money that it takes for us to process this transaction. Would you like to cover that on behalf of on behalf of our part? Because if you don't pay it, we will. Somebody's got to pay it. And we're not adverse to paying those fees. We understand there is a cost to doing business this way. However, they give you the opportunity to say, hey, I'll pick that up. And then they ask if you'd like to tip. Now, you don't have to tip because New Thought Media Network works that into our budgets and we take that into account. And so we give back to Give Butter through their tipping mechanism. Every time we pull money out of the account, we tip on that. But I'm telling you, it's a lot lower of a percentage than anything the big banks and the bigger organizations demand in order to get your money from their system. And I know there's more and more companies coming forward that are looking at life from this type of perspective. When one wins, everybody wins. But if only one wins, if the system is designed to give the winning role, if you will, or the lion's share to just one organization, then nobody's winning. Then the whole is being injured. And so in order for us to truly create a world that works for all, we're going to have to work with those around us in other segments of industry and other segments of business. Who prints our stickers? A great little company, not far from my home, from where I'm sitting right now, within 50 miles of where I'm sitting right now, that does a great job, and they keep their costs low, and they produce a better product than any of the other sticker companies we've tried. And if some of you have some of our old stickers, you know we've gone through a couple of companies that didn't do a really good job. But now we've, over time, found those people and that network. And if you'd like to know who that is, let me know. Send us an email, info@ntmedia.org. We'll turn you on to these companies. We'll turn you on to the other producers and the other creators and the other people in our network that have been doing what maybe you don't know what you're doing or you're looking to do, but have the experience over the last several years of creating new content, of getting it out into the world, of getting recognized, of building websites. And here's more important. More important than building your website, folks, is maintaining your website. Getting it built's one thing, but once it's built, it takes constant attention, constant maintenance. And we're cultivating the people that can do that and are ready to do that. And they're not going to do it for free, but they're going to make sure that they do it in a way that doesn't cost us extra money. And along the way, here's the benefit. Along the way, we get to share this philosophy with more and more people. And more of us get to do what we love and what we're here to do. And fewer of us have to worry about who's doing the SEO and did that email go out. As a network, as a collaborative, collective network, we can leverage all of these systems so that we increase your exposure to the world We increase how many people in the world see who you are and what you're doing and what you're creating. Now, as always, we're going to be open to the feedback and we're going to be open to the insight. And I invite you to stay with us as over the next few years, as this network can, over the last 3 years, I think we've proven that this is possible. Now we get to set out on the adventure of making this bigger than anybody could have imagined, making this a more far-reaching ministry than ever anybody might have imagined. But we're going to have to do it by following the vision, a grand vision. A global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. Now, that sounds like something I could get behind. And I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of people out there in the world right now that could get behind that message as well. So our intention, if you will, our work, if you will, right now is helping more and more people to see that. It's helping more and more people to understand what it is that we do here. Now, if you've just stumbled upon this program and you got no idea what I'm talking about or what's going on, or maybe you've heard a little bit about us somewhere along the line and you're not sure what it is that you would, whether or not you want to play along with us, if you want to come join our sandbox, well then, please send me that email, info@ntmedia.org, and reach out. I would love to schedule a coffee date with you. And if you reach out to me at info@ntmedia.org, I will send you a direct link where you can schedule time for me for a spiritual coffee break. Now, here's the fun part. I don't drink coffee, so you don't have to either. I like my tea. I like my tea and I like my tea mugs. So, but if you're interested, if there's any piece of you that's saying, wow, I wonder how I might serve this vision of a global broadcast network, of an avenue through which humanity is evolving in a way that we can really look at how to create love and peace and empowerment, prosperity for all, then send me your email on mine. I'll send you the link and you can link up a time and schedule time with me that works for you. We don't have to play that game of going back and forth on email 45 times. I got a nice, easy system. You'll be able to pick a time that works for you, and then we can get together and discuss your dreams and explore your dreams and explore your vision of how we create a world that works for all, of how we create a global broadcast network, and more, and more. Every day, new ideas come through to me, whether it's a phone call, whether it's an email. We have people that I don't even know and I've never met that leave messages on our Google phone number and leave messages asking me to contact them. And sometimes those phone calls lead to great projects and sometimes they lead to, I don't know. But what I do know is I know this network is growing and we'd love for you to be a part of it. I'm Rev Robert. I'm going to get out of here for now because I have promised to keep this to 30 minutes. You know the old joke about giving a minister a microphone. I could go on for a whole lot longer. However, I want to keep this to the 30 minutes. So we're going to get out of here. But before we do, I want to say thank you to our individual donors and our organizational sponsors. So please don't go away. Help me say thank you real quick. Please help us say thank you to our organizational sponsors and donors, including the Hefferland Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown Atlanta, New Thought Philadelphia, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, Center for Spiritual Living on the Lake, Unity Spiritual Center, Kitchener, Om Center for Spiritual Living, Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, Center for Spiritual Living, Seattle, and all of our individual donors and sponsors. Thank you for being a part of the New Thought Media Network. Please come be you. All right, folks, I'm 30 seconds over. I'm going to get better next week, I promise. Until next time, I love you. I can't wait to be with you again, and I wish you peace and richest blessings. Thanks for being with us. Bye now.